Problem 87 tells you just like 88. So I have sine of x over cosine x plus 1 equals 1 minus cosine x over sine x. Hey, do you all remember the term conjugate?
Not really. I remember that.
Well, okay, you've heard the word.
Yeah.
Conjugate means the exact thing opposite side. So what I'm going to do is multiply by a conjugate. Now notice, I'm going to work with the left because it has an addition on the bottom. So I need to get rid of that addition. I'm going to work with the left. And look what I need on top. I need 1 minus cosine x, which happens to be the conjugate of this. Isn't this 1 plus cosine x? That's what conjugate is. Exactly the same, but the middle sign is opposite. So I'm going to multiply top and bottom by 1 minus cosine x. All right? On top, I have sine x times 1 minus cosine x over, what happens when you multiply conjugates? Do you all know how to multiply conjugates? Square the first minus square the second. Because you're multiplying a plus and a minus. It's actually kind of the same. So it's 1 minus cosine squared x. Okay? Now, I have it in terms of cosine. I want it in terms of sine. Can I change 1 minus cosine squared to sine squared? Have you all got to where we've done that enough? You see that now? So I have sine of x times 1 minus cosine of x over sine squared x. How close am I to what I need? Just have to cancel out the sine? And I have 1 minus cosine x over sine of x equals 1 minus cosine x over sine of x. Does that make sense to you? Okay, look at 88. What are you going to multiply top and bottom by? Secant plus 1. Okay. Should we also work 91? Is it okay with you all if I work 91? It is.
On 92, I got to the very bottom, but all I found was cosine.
Uh-oh. Okay. I'm working 91, which will help you work 92. And it is sine cubed. Is it okay if I use x instead of t?
I prefer that.
Because sometimes
It looks like a plus.
it looks like a plus if I'm not careful. It does. And there will be times that we can't change it, but when we can, we're going to. Cosine sine minus cosine squared. Secant plus sine. Okay. The first thing to me is obvious that I'm going to work with the left. Is that obvious to you?
Yes.
Okay. The numerator will factor. You remember how to factor cubes? You all call it the SOAP method?
Yeah.
Remember that when I say that? So it factors into sine minus cosine times sine squared x plus sine x cosine x plus cosine squared x. All this is over cosine x sine x minus cosine squared x. Any ideas?
Well, first you need to divide it back to the bottom.
I need to factor the bottom. Factor out a cosine?
Yep.
So the top stays the same, right? Wait a minute, can I ask a question? What is this? Is it okay if I change it to 1?
Sure.
And I'm assuming I need to. I don't know that. 1 plus sine x cosine x. And this is over, you said factor out a what? Cosine? Leaves me sine x minus cosine x. Can I cancel? Okay. Cancel. Now, I have 1 plus sine x cosine x over cosine x. Right? Split it into 2 fractions. Because I don't need one big fraction, I need 2 pieces. So I have 1 over cosine x plus sine x cosine x over cosine x. Does that give me what I need?
Yes.
That gives me secant x plus sine x equals secant x plus sine x.
On 92.
On 92, okay.
That one is minus, so you can do like the difference of squares.
When it's a plus, is that what your question is?
Yeah, because I know that 2 squares added together are can't factor.
No, but you can a cube, and it changes this first sign to a plus, and this one to a minus. That's all that changes. When you change from when I had cubed minus cubed, the signs are minus plus. When I have a cube plus cubed, the signs are plus minus. Same sign, opposite sign. Does that make sense?